everybody.
Hey, Jacob, welcome and congratulations.
Thanks.
We have to call you Gold Glover Jacob Stallings now, I guess, when we introduce you, huh? But congratulations, and I think everybody's getting back on here, so we can start with the questions whenever anybody's ready to go.
Yeah, every single time.
Nice.
Okay. Can you guys hear me all right? Can you guys hear me all right, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll open up to any questions anybody might have.
It's a question this for Gold Glover Jacob Stall. I can't even pull it off. Jake, just what was today like with your family? I'm guessing you knew. Just what was it like wanting it to be public, or just were you nervous, excited? What was today like?
Yeah, I had my whole family over. Happy birthday, by the way. It's your birthday, right?
Yes, sir, it is. Thank you.
Happy birthday. I thought it was. No, yeah, my wife was the only one that knew. And I didn't tell any of my parents or my sisters. And so they all came over, and they were pretty shocked to see me interviewed on TV after they announced it. And but yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that I was able to keep it in, and because it was really fun to see them surprised. And yeah, it's been weird talking about being a finalist for the last however long. And but yeah, it's nice that it's out there now, and I don't have to keep it in any longer.
Jacob, among the other finalists were two guys who have won Gold Gloves, who were kind of mentioned in the elite of the sport. In your first season as a starting catcher, you win the award. How do you comprehend that? What's it like to be in that company and then come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, you look at you could just stay in the National League and look at all the catchers from Buster to Yachty to JT. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. And to win an award like this, I wasn't going to let myself look at the list of winners until I found out that I won. And so I looked at it, and I mean, just to be on the list with Matheny and Yachty and Johnny Bench and so many others, it's really cool. Something that, I don't know that it's totally sunk in, but it's very cool, and obviously a dream come true.
When was it that you looked at that list?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say, but I had to keep it. I'll tell you, I had to keep it secret for a lot longer than I wanted to keep it a secret. So I was sworn to secrecy. So, but it was longer than I would have liked it to be.
When you look at that list, were there any surprises? Like, I think it'd be any Jacob Stallings 20 years from now, someone's catcher's going to look back and be like, oh my God, Charles Johnson or somebody like that. Anybody who surprised you?
Actually, it's funny. Charles Johnson was the one that surprised me, because I didn't realize that I think he had won like 4 in a row, 3 or 4 in a row. And that was the one that surprised me. And just because I didn't realize he won so many. But yeah, I mean, it was crazy looking at the list, and knowing that I'll be on there for the rest of time. So it's pretty cool.
I know you've been asked about this a number of times over the 2 years of being a finalist, but I guess in your catching career, as you continued on as a catcher and were growing in the game, what place did winning a Gold Glove hold in your priority list or your goals for yourself?
I mean, it was, to be honest, it's kind of been probably the highest individual achievement that I ever felt like I could probably win. I've said this to you guys, I think, before. Growing up, I kind of wondered if I could win the Gold Glove. I didn't really think I could get to the big leagues. I thought that maybe I could, if somebody would hit for me or something, then maybe I could just let me play defense. I could maybe win the Gold Glove. But this is definitely, I mean, like I said, I didn't really dream of playing in the big leagues, or I just the Gold Glove was always kind of the one that was like, man, maybe I could actually do that. And probably in 2019, when I started grading out pretty well metrically, was when I thought it was actually somewhat of a possibility, and it's been really at the forefront of my mind ever since. And yeah, just super excited.
Jacob, speaking of those statistics, you mentioned on the broadcast in 2019, you kind of really looked into the analytics hard. Why did you do it then? Was it more of a personal thing, seeing how you stacked up? Was it more just seeing how the game was going? Like, why did you decide to look so deep?
You know, to be honest, it was really that Jordan Comadina got me into the framing aspect of it. And you know, I kind of started as I kind of just came across it and saw that I was just really average to below average receiver. And so then, you know, I think all you guys know Jordan, he's very into receiving and very passionate about it. And you know, we just kind of hooked horns, and you know, I think you know, and then Glenn this year obviously was I mean, he and Jordan being there, I don't know that I would have been able to do it without them. They were great, just, you know, supportive, and you know, would get on me when I needed to be you know, kicked in the butt a little bit. But at the same time, you know, I know I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Tom Prince. And in 2019, Jordan kind of got me started on the receiving, and Princey really dove deep into it. I mean, literally after every game, we would go back and watch every single pitch that were frameable pitches, and we would sit there and we would talk about it, like just every single pitch. And throughout the minor leagues, I mean, he was my manager for 2 years, and I owe so much to him. And but I'm kind of rambling. To go back to your question, it was you know, the framing and really kind of diving into that, and learning more about that.
What does it mean to you to see that work on such minute details kind of pay off? You know what I'm saying? Because like it's such like small things, like working on framing, and it's like little body adjustments and all that to be kind of appreciated on a grand scale. I don't know.
Sorry, Mike, I lost you there at the last part of your question. Can you say it again? I don't want to miss anything.
Mike's frozen.
Am I here again? I'm so sorry.
No, there you are. Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah, I mean, all those adjustments are such small things, right? Like working on tiny body movements and little framing deals and all that. What does it mean to kind of see that be paid off with a big picture kind of award? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's a really good point. You know, I think probably I don't think I'm really going to wow anyone. You know, I think, you know, I'm not going to go out and make too many spectacular plays. I think my greatest strength, or maybe strengths, are, you know, just never taking a play off, never taking a pitch off, no matter the score or anything like that. And then, you know, just, I don't know. It's just, like you said, it's just, you know, working on so many little things throughout spring training over the year. You know, I really felt like blocking is what I did the best this year. And, you know, that's kind of a thankless statistic. You know, nobody really pays too close attention to that. It's mostly receiving and caught stealing. And I was worried because I felt like blocking was really what I did the best. And, you know, it's just, I guess it's gratifying to know that, not that I wasn't doing it for nothing, but that, you know, the coaches around the league noticed, and the metrics noticed, and that it paid off for me.
Jake, congrats. First of all, what was it like? You mentioned kind of not feeling worthy to being in the same sense as some of those guys. But what was it like to catch in the same division as a Tucker Barnhart who won last year and Yachty who's won 8 or 9? How much did that challenge you on a game-to-game basis? You know, knowing that you were competing in the same division as the guys who are previous winners.
Yeah, I mean, I think just kind of a game within the game. I always want to have the better framing score of the catchers catching that night. That's just a little thing that kind of keeps you going no matter what the score situation is. And but yeah, like you said, I mean, you could, I said NL earlier, you could look in the NL Central, and I mean, like you said, you have Barnhart and Yachty, and Contreras was a finalist last year, and both of the guys from Milwaukee are really good. So it's funny, and Mike Matheny was my favorite player, and when Yachty kind of came up and took the job for him, I hated Yachty because Matheny was my favorite player. And I just have so much respect for him. And I got to spend some time with him this year and just talk catching. And, he couldn't have been nicer and just more gracious with his time and with thoughtful answers. So that was really cool. But yeah, I mean, NL Central, NL major leagues, you're going against the best every night. So that's all the motivation you need right there.
You mentioned wanting to have the better framing score of whatever game you're in. So what does that look like? Is that like Jordan brings that number to you, or you go online after a game and see it? Like how soon after the game are you finding that and giving yourself a little fist pump?
Yeah, Jordan usually tells me the next day. I thought last year in 2020, I paid a little too much close attention to the metrics to where it hurt me, and I put way too much pressure on myself. And so this year I took a step back and just kind of tried to look at it once every now and then. And he usually wouldn't tell me when the bad scores were. So when he'd be running in when it was a good score, but when it was a bad score, he usually just didn't say anything. But I tried to just be consistent, not get too high and too low, which is easier said than done. But I'm really excited.
In talking to a couple pitchers, I came in with 2 questions. One was, I think it was Stephen Brault said, Stalls has it feels like an especially big glove. Like it makes for a huge target. Do you have a bigger than average catcher's glove?
I don't. No, actually, it's actually relatively small for a catcher's glove.
Just seems huge. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And the second one was, it's not so much a quantifiable thing, so it may not be what this award is for really, but I think what's interesting to talk to pitchers about is how well you handle a staff. And one thing that they mentioned was, let's say a warm up before a game, a lot of catchers will have Jordan catch almost all of it, and you hop in for 3 pitches, 4 pitches. And they said you are someone who wants to be involved with every step of that process, and you know the pitchers individually. Could you speak a little bit to that part of the job, where it's not just framing and blocking and throwing out runners? You have to know the pitchers and know the game calling and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that's probably the hardest part of the job. Especially this year, I felt like we had a lot of guys go down and come up, and I felt like this year, maybe more so than most, I felt like I caught guys that I really had never caught before. But I mean, just to kind of speaking to the pregame bullpen, it's just what I've always done, honestly. This year is the first year actually I didn't play catch with the pitcher. I just played catch with Jordan, which felt weird at the beginning, but I just like being back there for catching all their pitches, seeing what their stuff does. It helps me get loose too. So it's not like I'm doing it all for them. I'm doing it for me a little bit too. But I really feel like you can only do so much in drill work. I really feel like the best practice is bullpens. And when you're the starter, obviously you don't catch bullpens before the game. So that's really my best time for practice. But it's just a combination of all those things. I just enjoy being back there, seeing what they have that day. It helps get me loose, and I feel like it's the best practice to get ready for the game. So kind of a combination of all those things.
Jake, I don't know if you got a chance to catch a glimpse of it when he was with you guys, but I think Corey Dickerson was the last Gold Glove winner for the Pirates. What's it like to know that you're going to have that patch on your glove, and how much do you look forward to that? I mean, I know it's probably like a more of a baseball player thing you guys pay attention to in the clubhouse, but how much are you looking forward to maybe next spring training having one of those on your glove for the first time?
I'm really excited. That was one of my main motivations. Just such a cool thing that they do. And it's funny. I don't know. It's a huge, I'm really looking forward to it, I guess is the best way to, it's one of the coolest things about winning the award. I'll get a gold label for the rest of my career. So it's really cool that Rawlings does that. And maybe if Moran starts talking crap like he always does, I can just show him my glove and tell him to walk away or something. He already texted me, by the way, and said congrats, but then started talking smack. So that's just how he is. But I'm really excited for that, and my son's really excited for the trophy. So that's what he's most excited for.
You could tell Colin Gold's heavy,
That's right.
I put it on a bit. We couldn't talk to you with Shelty all of September without him bringing up about how you were so deserving of this award. So I got to ask now, build up to, this announcement. Did he reach out at all, or has he already texted you to say congrats, or what has been the post build up now that the campaign is over?
Yeah, no, I mean, he texted me when the finalists announced, and then he actually found out a few days ago too, and gave me a call as soon as he found out, and we talked, and I was so appreciative of his support last year, just because it was a short season. It was our first games around each other. It was his first games as a manager, and he was taking the time to campaign for me, and there were times last year where he really got on me about things that he wanted me to do, and things he expected out of me. And so, to see him support me, last year really made me feel good, just that I was doing the things that he was really looking for. And then, just this year, he was supportive again. I feel like our relationship really grew this year, just because no pandemic, no shortened season. We were really able to be around each other more. And that was great for me, because he really empowered me in the clubhouse, and I felt like that carried over to the field. So it was a pretty special phone call when he called, and it was a cool moment to get to have with him.
Anything else for Gold Glove Award winner Jacob Stallings? All right, we're all good. Thank you. Thanks, Jacob.
Thank
All
you.
right, thanks, guys.
Congrats, Jacob.
Thank you.